Hi everyone, it's me again doing another tutorial, but in this tutorial I'm going to kind of remake this bracelet. As you can see, it kept breaking on me and it kept breaking up here, and it seems like the minute I went through, like, all of these threads are busted in here where I've joined the clasp, which is okay because I've learned that it is a little bit too small for this. I did try this button, but trying to put it on was way too tight because I was having a hard time, and it was a little tight, not loose, but it's not perfect for me, so it's a good way to learn. And anyways, before I even got to try it on the second time, after I tried to sew these ends off, it broke again up here. So, and then it broke again. Finally I gave up and I put it down and said I'm just going to revamp a little bit of this, and I'll alter it as I go and show you how to do this. It turned out it's beautiful. The bracelet is gorgeous. I hope you guys love these new beads. I did get a package from Potomac Bead Company, and they sent me all kinds of new beads, and I've worked with 2 new beads out of that package so far. And these look like Czech Firepolish beads, but don't let it fool you because they're not. They are Czech Firepolish, but they're Faceted Round Trio Beads, and they are from the Czech Republic. Now, I'm pretty sure they're only exclusive to Potomac Bead Company, and if I'm not correct on that, then you'll be able to get them everywhere else. But I'm pretty sure this is a new bead exclusive to the Potomac Bead Company. So in this package you get 50 beads, and these are in the magic color. So of course the magic beads are always more expensive. So this of course was $7.79. It's really not bad for 50 of them, and they are like 6mm beads, so they're good size beads. So I used the new ones of those, and I also used their PC button, Crystal AB, which is a 4-hole button. It looks just like a normal button. Let me bring this up close, see? It's just like a normal button, and I used it on the end here because I thought the color of it just went fantastic with the purples that I used in this bracelet. Now, I didn't use all 4 holes. I just used 2, as if it was like a cup button. So I thought this was absolutely gorgeous. I just love the sparkle in it, and again, this is exclusive to the Potomac Bead Company, so you get a pack of 2 for $2.79, and this is in the Crystal AB. Gorgeous color. Like, I mean, look at this. Just so sparkly and pretty. It's gorgeous. So let me pull this bracelet apart because this really got frustrating for me. And I will tell you all the beads you're going to need to make it. I am going to make it a tiny bit bigger, but I'm only going to do that on the closure part. I'm not going to make this part bigger because I want my little rectangles here to remain even. So as you can see here, how they're here facing this way and facing this way, and these are the Keop beads that you can pretty much get anywhere, the new Keops, and I did do a tutorial on Keops, and they are the triangular beads. And this one here in this bracelet, these are very particular on how you put them on, so you have to be extremely careful when loading it into your onto your needle and putting it on your bracelet. As you can see, they're all going the same direction. But this is a really pretty bracelet, and I'm also using the tiny SuperDuos, the Miniduos. These are so cute. I love working with these Miniduos. And to be honest, you know how you have the plug holes in the bigger ones? Well, this one, you don't have as many plugged holes, believe it or not. Being that they're so small, you'd think they'd be more clogged than the bigger ones, but they're not. So I'm using these beads in this as well because I love these purples. These purples and colors are gorgeous. And this again is the Faceted Round Trios, which I will leave a link in the description box for Potomac Bead Company where you can get these. And same with this really pretty 4-hole button. And it is absolutely stunning. You can do a lot of things with this button. I'm also using Czech Firepolish in a 4mm in a rainbow color. Copper rainbow it's called. So I use that on the outer edge of the bracelet, And I'm using 3mm Bicones, an 8/0 seed bead, and an 11/0 seed bead. And that's it for beads, what you're going to need. Now, I did use 6-pound Fireline, but for this, having all the problems I've been having, I am going to use 8-pound Fireline. You would probably get away with using smoke in this because you really don't see much of your threads. And this is such a pretty bracelet. Even the middle part that I do first, you could do so many things with it. But I wanted to incorporate some of the new beads that, you know, you guys probably bought Keop beads and want to keep using them. Like you just didn't buy them to make one bracelet with them, right? So that's why I want to show you how to make something else with them. And same with these round trio beads. They have 3 holes in them. And please believe me, my hands and my fingers are clean. I have paint. It's actually paint. Excuse me. It's paint thinner that's green. I tried to scrape it out, but like I said before, I've even cut my nails off and the paint doesn't go away. I'm still painting pictures. But I'm going to try and get a close-up so you can see that this has 3 holes in it. Focus, please. Focus, focus. Too close, too close. But it does have 1, 2, 3 holes, and we'll be working with these 3-hole beads. They're like, whoops, dropped it. And do you hear it bounce? Fell on the floor. Oopsies. I'll pick it up if I find it. Anyway, I'm going to go take this whole thing apart. I wanted you to see what I got done so far. So this is what the finished piece looks like when it's absolutely all done. It's just so, so pretty. Look at how gorgeous it looks on your wrist. And I'll come back and we'll get started on showing you how to do this. Again, it's your preference, but I would recommend using an 8-pound, a stronger Fireline than a 6-pound. Because of the breakage that can happen because of crystals. And I don't know, it seems that as soon as I come through this trio bead here, and I pull my thread through the last hole there, it just breaks, and the thread is all broken in here too, where it originally broke. So I really have to take the whole thing apart because I'm just going to end up losing everything. So we'll start from scratch and I'll do my tutorial showing you guys how to do this. It's really super easy. Looks difficult, doesn't it, right? But it's not. It's a stunning piece, and this would probably look really, really pretty. My intention actually was to make this in fall colors, to show you the tutorial in fall colors and finish this as a main piece, but I want to finish this color because this is my mom's colors, and everything I make for her in the purples. So I'm gonna keep doing purples, and it seems to be everyone's favorite colors. You guys probably want to know all the colors I used, right? And I think these are a milky purple color, 8/0 Toho, and these again are the pastel lilac Miniduos. And this here is, oh geez, someone already told me on my last video the exact color these were from Auntie's Beads. This is Copper Rainbow in a 4mm. The Keop beads are in 6mm Pastel Boreal. So Pastel Boreal. These are again in the Magic Blue of the Round Trio. So if you want Magic Blue, that's where I got them. And these are just double AB. Actually, this came in a kit from Jill Wiseman's Designs, and I never made the kit. So I'm using the crystals. I never got around to making the kit. God, if you only see how many kits I have to make and I haven't made. And I love these crystals. And I don't know what the color they are, so if Jill Wiseman ever watches this, this was from one of her kits. It was 235 3mm in this package. Forget the name of the bracelet that she had this in. I wish I knew the color of these, or I'm just too lazy to go look. But anyway, they're double AB of some kind. They're gorgeous. and a Crystal bead button. And these are the Milky Opal violet or purple. And that's about it. And 8-pound Fireline. And I'm going to get a new beading needle because I bent this one yesterday. Actually, I only bent this when I was pulling the thread through it. It bent. So I don't know if many of you do that, but I did. Anyway, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. You're going to need a pair of scissors, of course, or a thread burner. And I'm going to go get this broken up apart. So stay tuned. I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm back. And I've cut my bracelet all up. And I've strung on about 2 yards of Fireline. And the reason I did that is because I don't want to add thread if I don't have to. I'm probably going to have a little bit extra, but you know, that's okay. To have a little extra, waste a little Fireline. Now, the first beads you're going to work with will be your 6mm trio beads, round trio beads with the 3 holes, and your 8/0s. Now, I used a stop bead on mine yesterday, and I'm going to do that again. So I'm just going to take one of these. Actually, I'm not going to use that trio bead. I'm scared it's going to cut my thread. So I'm just going to use an 8/0. It doesn't matter whether it's in my project or not. Just remember, you've got a stop bead on here, and you're really going to want to have to take it off after. So just run, excuse my thumbnail. God, I just tried to clean it again. Go through your stop bead twice. So there's once. Oopsies. And I really don't need a super long tail, so I'm going to shorten this because I don't want to waste that much Fireline. Long enough to tie it off and weave it in. And I'm going to go through it again. Okay, so there's 2. Now, you're going to pick up one of your 8/0s, and when you pick up your round trio beads, there's 3 holes. You're going to go in the direct middle hole. So it's directly in the middle of that bead. Just go through it as if those other 2 don't exist on that bead. And then you're going to pick up an 8/0, and you're going to go through another bead in the middle, an 8/0, and another trio bead. So you're going to pick as many up as the length of your bracelet you want. So I'm going to pick all of these ones up because that's what originally was on my bracelet when I broke it up. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick up one 8/0, one trio bead, an 8/0 and a trio bead, and that's the side hole, an 8/0, a trio bead. Got to be very careful you go in that middle hole. And it's easy to catch the side hole like that. So I'm going in the middle. And it doesn't hurt to just take a look and make sure you went in the middle. Might seem like the middle, but might not be either. And you'll hate me when you don't get it in the right hole, because you'll have to take it all apart. So I'm just picking up. So how's your guys' summer? I hope you guys had a fantastic summer. I had a busy summer. As you can see, I didn't get a lot of beading done, but I do have a beautiful backyard, which I didn't get to enjoy much. Oops, see how easy that was? I almost let it go too. I thought I'm just a professional here and I don't make mistakes. Oh, wait. I do make mistakes. A lot of them every day of my life. Maybe I am a mistake. Alright, so we're getting down to my last couple here. Alright, now at the end here you can either do your button end, or you can make it your whole end. So this is what you look like you've picked up just a simple little bead chain. And we'll set these aside. I'm going to sew my button on first. It'll just be easier to sew the ring part second, because then I'll know how big to make it to put it around that cup button. And you can actually use a cup button if you want, but I even have cup button, I think, close to this color purple or this color purple, can't remember. Anyway, so what I did for this is I only picked up 2 8/0s. I'm going to pick up 4 8/0s, and then I'm going to go through one of the holes. It doesn't matter which one you go through. There are 4, and I'm only going to go on a diagonal across, so let that fall down to your work like that. And then you're going to pick up 3 11/0s, or you could put whatever you want on top here. I just like 3 11/0s, and you're going to go across diagonally and go into the second hole of your button. And pull it down to your work. Okay, and then you're going to go drop down. Oops, sorry, no, you're going to pick up 2 8/0s after you've exited, and you're going to go through the first. Wait. You're going to skip the first 2 and go down through the last 2, like this. I don't know what I'm doing. Losing my mind. Whoops, Miku, be careful. And of course I wrapped my thread along that. Let's pull this out. Alright. Now, and what have we got here? Disaster. Oh. For Pete's sakes. There we go. Fixed it up. Alright, so this is what you should have after you've joined your button. You got 2 side by side and 2 down here. I only had 1 before of each. Like I said, the bracelet was too small, so I extended it there. So I'm just going to tweak this as I go, because I don't want my thread breaking again, and if it breaks, I'm going to hit somebody. And it'll probably be Jeff. Alright, now what I'm doing is going in one of the holes, not the middle one, the side holes of the trio beads. So see how I'm coming out of the middle one here? I'm going down into the side one like that. And pulling tight. Okay? Now you're going to pick up 2 of your mini duos. And you're going to go across into the next hole on the side hole of the trio bead. These are really pretty beads. And give that a good tight pull. Like that. And putting your mini duos in there. Pick up 2 more. And go into the next hole, next bead, side hole. One of the side hole, it doesn't matter because it's just a circle, so you can go in any hole. Like that. So you're basically putting 2 duos here. You don't have to reinforce this because we're going to be going back through this bracelet a couple of times. It'll get good and reinforced as you go through it. So just continue this all the way down by picking up 2 SuperDuos and going into one of the side holes of your trio bead. And placing those there. Okay. 2 more. Into the next. Oops, I just keep snagging on the edge of my desk here. And you got to keep it pulled nice and tight. Same with your tail. Keep it nice and tight. Keep your stop bead tight to your work, like that. Okay? So I'm going to go finish this one side, picking up 2 SuperDuos, or Miniduos, sorry, I'm going to start calling, and going into the side hole of your trio bead. I hope you guys can see that. See? Going into the side hole. And placing the duos there. Pick up 2 more. I'll do it again while we're up close and personal. You notice these have 3 holes. See the empty hole? Just go into any one of them. It will automatically be put on that side when you get your other row of duos on the other side. So it looks like that. See? This is all we're doing. So go finish doing that, and I'm going to come back after I get that done. Okay, so I've reached the end of my one side, so I've only got my Miniduos on one side of my bracelet. And you notice you have a stop bead, and you should have an 8-0 there. So that's what you're going to exit through, is that 8-0. And don't take your stop bead off yet, because your bracelet will keep coming loose on you as you're working with it. So don't take it off just yet. In fact, give it a good tight pull, and make sure your bracelet's all snugged up like this, and there's nothing loose on it. Now this is where we're going to add our actually what you can do, and I'm going to do that, is I'm going to tie a knot right here. So with my working thread and my tail thread, take it and tie it into a knot. You've got an 8-0 here, and you're going to be working in 8-0s right now, so it's a good opportunity to tie it and keep it nice and tight. And I'm tying it in a surgeon's knot, so I'm wrapping it twice around the loop. So once and twice, and pulling it tight, very tight. So I want my bracelet to be very tight on this side. Okay, now if you want, you can tie another knot. I'm just going to put a single knot there, half hitch one, and good to go. Now we're going to pick up some 8-0s, and we're going to make sure, I don't know how many I'm going to need, so I'm just going to measure and see how it fits around the button I'm using. You can even use a regular house button if you don't have one of these fancy ones. But I do think these are really cute. Alright, so let's pull these down and see how that is. And not enough. I can tell just by looking at it. And I don't want it to break on me again, so I'm going to be adding extra beads in here. So if you're making a size 8, I'll tell you right now how many of these trio beads you're going to need. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. Now, when you're making this bracelet a different size, say if you want to make a 7, make sure you have an even amount of beads. So when we do put those Keop beads, these beads on here, you have your little rectangle shapes, and if it's an even amount, it should work out perfectly. So make sure you have an even amount of these larger beads in your work. Period. Now, let me just wrap this around, see how big this hole is. I want it to be good and big. You know what? I'm just going to put one more in there, and it's probably too many, but I'd rather be safe than sorry like yesterday and break it. So let me just count how many I put on here for you guys. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. Now all you're going to do is go down through that first one and down the other side of the other hole on the other side of your middle, the one you haven't gone in. Oops, let me just move this stuff here. You're going to go down this hole on the other side of your trio bead, round trio. So I'm going down this hole. So exit through your 8-0. After you put all these beads on, exit through your 8-0 and down through the other hole on your round trio beads. And give it a good tight pull, pull, pull. Now I'm going to hold this in my hand, hold this wrapped around my fingers, and I'm going to see if my button will fit through there with comfort. Yes, as you can see, it did. Okay, I probably put too many in here, but after what I went through yesterday, I just want that little wee extra. Mind you, that might be too much. I probably can remove 2 beads, but I don't want it to be... Yeah, I could remove 2 beads. That's too many. Try 20. Okay, let's go back out and remove 2 beads. Shoot. And I'm going to just back the camera up a wee bit because it puts me out of frame if I'm too close. And I don't want to be out of frame. So go through your 8/0 that you went in and try taking off 2 beads and see if 2 beads, so 20 will work. Okay, so I'm taking off 2. Again, go down the 8/0 and then down the other side of your trio bead. Okay. Oh, for Pete's sakes. And pull. There we go. Now let me try this. I'm going to hold it again tightly and snugly and see if it fits with comfort. And it should. Yeah. Alright, I like that better. So use 20 8/0s. These are Toho seed beads too, by the way, these 8/0s. So if you want to use 20, use a Toho. And just continue now doing your same thing, picking up 2 SuperDuos and going down the other side now of the Rounduo bead. Like that. Okay, pick up 2 more. Go down the other side. And the hole will kind of be automatically on that side for you, the one you haven't gone in. And this is what you're going to have when you put your other side on. So this is what you've got so far. Your nice little hole there. I am going to thread the needle on this, and I'm going to weave this in a bit, but I'm going to wait till my work is done because we're passing through these again. So finish that, end in this bead, and I'm going to come back and show you what to do next. Okay, so I've reached the end of the other side, so this is what you should have, little kind of like little spikies. I'm trying to tweak this so that I don't have that same problem I had yesterday. So just reinforce this whole entire button area. So you're ending in this hole here. You're just going to go up through your 8/0s on one side, like this, just to reinforce, and that will pull it straight back in the middle. Then go through your 3 11/0s that are on top of your little tiny cute button, and then go back down into your 8/0s. Like so. And then down through your last 2 8/0s. So exit out of your 2 8/0s. Now, to prevent my thread from breaking again, I think I'm going to pick up some 11/0s. So I'm exiting, it doesn't matter which side, your thread can go over here on this side or it can go on this side, doesn't matter. I'm going to pick up 2, maybe 4 11/0s. Let's see how that does. And I'm just going to jump across into the first Miniduo top hole of that. So it's the second hole of the Miniduo, and I'll see if this works. Having 4 in there, and it covers the bead. It does. So that worked out fine. So pick up 4 11/0s coming out of your 8/0. Don't come out of this crystal here. And in between each one of your Miniduos, you are going to pick up, where are they? Your crystals. So we'll be working with the 3mm bicones, and we'll also be working with our Keop beads. And again, very, very important how you pick these Keop beads up. But I'll show you a little trick that I do to make sure I get it on right. So pick up one 3mm and go through this next hole of the Miniduo. And this is where you want to be careful pulling your thread through these crystals that you don't break your thread. Okay? Now, I just lay my bracelet down, and I want there's the 2 holes of the Keop beads. There's one side that has 2 holes, one side that has none, and the long part has 2 holes on each end. Now you're going to take the part that has the small part side so that you can see. Let me see if you can see it. Okay, so you're going to take the short side, alright, and put it towards your beadwork facing this way, because that's how you want that Keop bead to be in there. So you want the point on the outside. So you're going to take your needle and just lay it down and pick it up exactly through the bottom hole and go into the next SuperDuo, placing your Keop bead there like that. Okay, then in between your Miniduos, you're going to pick up a 3mm, and you're going to be very careful pulling your thread through that crystal that you don't thin it or snag it like that. Okay, so now your next Keop bead, you want it to face exact same way. You want them to face inward to each other. So take the part with the 2 holes and put it down this way like that, so you fit it in there exactly like that. And then make sure you just grab the needle and go through the hole, and it'll be in there the exact way you want it to be. If it doesn't look right, keep turning it until it does look right. And then you're going to place that in there and go through the Miniduo, the next one, like that. Okay, placing it in there like this. So again, we are between our Miniduos, and you're going to go into the next duo. Pull your thread very, very careful. Don't cut it. And now we're going to start our next little box. So take your Keop bead. There's the bottom with the 2 holes. So that's the way I want it. I want it to face this way. So now they're back to back, these ones. So I'm going to bring my needle through and grab it this way. This is exactly where I want it. And then I'm going to go into the next Miniduo. Very carefully placing that Keop bead like that. Now you're going to face the next one. So take your your Keop bead. You got to fidget with these. It's unfortunate, but to get oh wait, you got to put a 3mm in there. Sorry, between your duos here. Don't forget that, and pull very carefully. You don't cut your thread. Told you I learned the hard way. There we go. Alright. Now, I need this one to go this way. See, I need it to face that way. So, just grab that hole and into the duo. And then I've got my second box done of your Keop. Whoops. Like that. See? That's what you're trying to achieve. I know it seems or sounds kind of hideous, but these will end up squaring off perfectly when we get the bracelet done. It just looks so stunning. So do that. All the way down, putting a 3mm between your Miniduos and a key-out bead in between here. And you should end, if you used even amount of the round trios, sorry, these round trios in the middle. If you used an even amount, you should end up with little boxes like this. So just put two. If you want, you can even go like this, but make sure the two holes are always facing your beadwork. The small side, always. So you know these two here will go on this side like this. Alright, so it'll go like that. And then you'll have your box. It sounds complicated, but when you're actually got these beads in front of you, it's easy for you to see how they go on. They're extremely confusing, probably just looking at me doing it, but honestly, they're not. And what you could do to, ouch, damn, that went right under my cuticle, ouch. I want to show you what you can do. If you got a nice, tidy, clean beading area, damn, get in there. Okay, if you got a nice, tiny little area, what you can do is set all your beads up like this. Just make piles, rows of them. So there's the two holes. So turn it this way and put them together like that. Okay? And just make little piles. So when you're coming to your, so you're going to put this one this way. Make these little diamond shapes, but all the small holes are facing your beadwork. So like this. And you can make these little tiny piles, and when you're going along, you just have to stick your needle in this way. So you might want to turn it, stick it in this way, and pick it up. And there's that one. And then when you come into the next one, you pick it up this way. It might make it a little easier for those of you that are finding these key-out beads a little confusing. And believe me, they are very easy to get confused to where the holes are. But if you want to do that, set yourself up some little piles like this of your key-out beads. And I forgot to tell you that in this bracelet I used in a size 8, 84 of the Miniduos. So there's 22 of the round trios, the check round trios, and 84 of your Miniduos. So in a package that I got from Jill Wiseman, I think there might even be 100 in there, I don't know. So you will need almost a whole package, one package for a size 8. Okay? So let me just check this out and see how good it is. It's perfect. I'm actually going to try it on my wrist, because yesterday that's how it broke. It was me just trying it on, and that little few extra beads in there made a world of difference, because now it fits with these nice little dangles. Anyway, I don't think that's quite tight enough, but anyway. Alright, so I'm going to go continue doing this. It's going to take me a bit because, like I said, these are a little time consuming to put on the key-out beads if you want to pay attention in the direction that you're going. Or you can just set yourself up some little piles, putting them all together, and just that way it'll be a lot easier for you. Okay? So continue on doing this. Remember, when you put your 3mm in between here, don't slide your thread in there because you're working against a crystal. These crystals have very sharp edges. They will cut your thread if you kind of pull it like this. So when you're pulling it, pull very gently and make sure your thread is not sliding at all on the edge of this crystal whatsoever. Alright? I think a lot of that is I thinned my thread a lot going through these 3mm crystals, and I was just doing it really quick, so don't be a speed demon like me. And I'll be back when I get this one side down, and then I'm just going to go through this area here, and I'm going to continue down this side, but making sure I add my 4 11/0s in here before I go up into that 8/0 there. Alright, and I'll be back. I'll just show you how to do that. I'll be back. I'll be back, I promise. Okay, so I made it to the end, adding my Keop beads. As you can see, they're all properly placed. And that's what it should look like when you finish yours. Now, I'm going to pick up my last crystal and exit into the Miniduo, like this. And that tail thing, and being very careful not to pull that thread too tight. Now I'm going to pick up 4 11/0s. So 4 11/0s, and I'm just going to go into the 8/0s and go all the way around and reinforce it. Going like this. Okay, so just going through all the 8/0s again. And getting it good and reinforced. And now you're going to come out of your 8/0 like that. And then you're going to go down the other side now and do the same thing, picking up 4 of your 11/0s. And then you're going to exit into the first Miniduo. Right there, like that. Okay. Like so. And then you're going to continue on this side now, adding your crystals in between. Very carefully. And adding your duos, or your Keop beads, the same as you did on your other side, placing them so that they're mirrored on either side. See how I got them mirrored? Like, well, they're flopping around right now, but they won't when we get done. So you're going to mirror it. You're going to do opposite on this side. Okay, so let me just add a crystal in here and add it into the duo. Very carefully. Pulling my thread. I don't want to cut it. Okay, and now my Miniduo, or my Keop bead, needs to go in this way. So pick it up and go into the duo. Like that. And place it there. So there you go. You have your little, box. Like that. So get that done all the way down to the end and come back. And I'm going to show you what to do next. So pause the video and get this side done. Okay, I have got all my Keop beads on each side and my 3mm crystals all in between. So I used 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 40 Keop beads in a size 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 40 3mm 3mm bicone crystals. Okay, so now at the end of this one here, we have to do the same as the other side, picking up 4 11/0s, and then we're just going to go straight up in our 8/0, and we're going to reinforce this one more time. So this is our 4-hole button, PC button. Okay, now This is the trick of getting your needle through all these 3 beads. And I'm doing it. It's working out. So I think 3 times is going to be suffice with 8-pound Fireline. Okay, now this is where I need to tweak it a wee bit more. What the heck is this? Oh, that's just the tail. Pulling it. There we go. Okay. So now we need to get into the top of our key up bead here. So we're exiting this way into our key up towards our beadwork. And what I suggest we do is go through the 4 11-ohs that are in that, through the Miniduo and your 4mm crystal. Careful, you don't cut your thread, and pick up an 11-oh. And then go into the key op bead. And let's just see how that looks. And it's perfect. So you got an 11-oh in there. Now, this is where we're going to be using our 4mm, and like I said, I'm using this copper rainbow. What a gorgeous bead. It just sets this whole thing off, that little hint of copper in it. You're going to work with your 11-ohs. So you between your key op beads, you're going to pick up an 11-oh. Then you're going to exit right into the next key op bead. So that's shit. I just love when my thread does that. Snakes on my bloody scissors. Careful. Now, so that's going to pull your squares together. Now, to get into the next key op bead, you're going to pick up your 4mm check Firepolish and go into the next key op bead. Do not pull this super tight. Pick up 11-oh because I'm between my key ops here, and go into the top hole of that key op and close that group off like this. Okay, so this is what we have. Now I found it to be cupping a wee bit yesterday because I pulled this really tight in here, and I'm seeing that it's still cupping. So I'm just wondering what we could add in between to stop it from cupping like that. I don't want it to cup. I want it to lay completely flat like this when it's done. And I see there's a wee bit of room in between the 4mm. I'm wondering if maybe a 15-oh on each side of your, it might be too much. Let me just see. Let me just get going here, seeing if this works. See if there's any gaps when I pull it. You don't want to pull it tight, so there is a wee bit of a gap. But again, I don't want to put too many beads in there because it'll buckle still. So if you just do this carefully, without pulling it super duper tight, like you're going to strangle it, and just continue putting, alternating one 4mm, one 11-oh, and going through each key op bead, adding in one 11-oh and one 4mm like this. See, if you pull it tight, it's going to cup. I don't know what I want to do here. I want it to stay bloody flat. And if you pull it tight, see how it cups? See how it's cupping if I pull it tight? So let me go get some 15-ohs and in a color that's going to match fact, I think I should have something right here beside me. I had some really cute rainbow ones here too. And I really don't want to dig through a whole bunch of beads. A whole bunch of packages. My God. I have so much new stuff. Like, it's coming out of my butt. Well, not literally, but you know how it is. Look, this is a whole bucket of stuff. But I know I have some 50-Nos in here. Oh, these ones here, I told you before, they're called Luster. See, Toho Luster from Auntie's Beads. Someone already told me the color. If you go look on my last video, you'll see she posted in the comment the exact color these beads are from Auntie's Beads. And thank you for doing that, whoever did it, I forget. But I had some 50-Nos that I had on top here, and I said, oh, I don't need no 50-Nos. But I do. I want to try them. Okay, I'm going to go find them. I'll be back. Okay, guys, I tried it with a 50-No, and it just buckles. So, I'm just going to leave it how I originally designed it, because it did turn out. Just don't pull it super tight, like you're, like I said, choking it. Just leave it lay flat and give it a pull, and keep everything flat like this when you're done it. So just continue doing this, putting one of your 4mm between your groups of your little rectangles, your keops. And between the middle ones here where the points join, you're going to put an 11-0 in there. And see, I do have 50-Nos here. I tried it and it does not work. It's too many beads, so it's making it really pucker. So that's that. I tell you, this is gorgeous. I can't even begin to tell you how pretty this is. Nice some beads here. And when you get to the other end, you're going to go through your loop for your button. Reinforce it for a third time. So I'm going to go finish this. Oh, wait, the hell. I'm at the end here. I'll show you what to do, okay? So I'm just picking up one 4mm and putting an 11-0 between the keops when they're facing inward like this at each other. The points are. I just love this copper color bead. Alright, so we're getting to the end here. And we are going to do, damn, the same thing we did over here. Now remember, don't pull this super tight. Pick up an 11-0 and go into that 3mm and into the SuperDuo and into your, careful, and go back up into your loop, starting right at the beginning there. So starting here and go all the way around, reinforcing it one last time. Like that. You know what I'm going to do? When I get to the very end here, I'm going to tie a knot here, pull it through, because that's the last time I have to go through here. I could pull that knot through and cut it off, and I don't even have to tie or add a needle on there and weave that in, because it's good and reinforced by all the knots. So I'm going to go right there where this meets the tail, and I'm going to tie it again. Okay, that's like reinforcing it. Okay, now when you tie this, make sure you didn't pull this side super tight. Stays nice and flat. Okay, don't pull it super tight. Okay, so pull, pull, pull. We're good. Still good so far. Tie another knot. for good measure. And fix that loop. I hate when it doesn't sit nice. Okay, I want to make sure. There we go. Alright. Where's my needle? Okay. Now, let's go pull this knot through here, going down the other side now. Don't forget, you got to go down the other side that you haven't done. Pull that in there. And she is good to go. Now, you kind of reinforced it too by tying a knot there. Oh, look at, I broke my tip on my... I dropped it. Is it still going to work? We'll see. Probably not. Make sure I don't cut the wrong thread. Touch it right there and see if it works. It still works. Perfect. Alright, so we burnt that off. And now we'll just continue down this side, going through the SuperDuo and the 3mm crystal. Very, very carefully pulling your thread through that crystal. Please. Please, please, please be careful. Don't drag it along the sides of that crystal hole. There we go. Pick up an 11-0. Wow, that's a crappy one. And go right up into the key-op and now continue down the other side. Is that not pretty? Even the finished product on the edges is gorgeous. So just continue picking up an 11-0 again now, and I'm going to go finish this off camera, and I'm going to come back when I get it all done. Show you how beautiful this bracelet is. It's just stunning, stunning, stunning. Look at how gorgeous. Everything just sits so beautiful on it. Alright, I'm going to finish and I'll come back. Alright, so I'm at the end here. So just remember, when you get to the last key-op bead, you're going to go into that crystal and into here, and we're going to tie our bracelet off because it is done. Don't forget to add that 11-0 in there. Okay, so now I'm just going to start tying off between the Miniduo and the 11-0. So pulling that once, twice, and pull tight. And now I'm going to go through those, and I really don't think I'm going to go through that. I'm just going to go through the middle bead here like this. Look at how beautiful this turned out. I am just amazed how gorgeous this is. I'm going to go through the 8-0, and I'm going to tie off on my center bead here in the 8-0, between the 8-0 and the trio bead. So 1, oh god, I thought for a minute there I broke my thread. I was going to scream right on camera. Tia, you snorting. She's sleeping. So I'm going to tie off one more time. Pull it tight. And run it through some beads. Okay, so we're done. Now let's burn it off. So I had about half a yard. I didn't have much Fireline left, so I didn't waste much. Let me see, I should count for you guys in the 8. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. 4mm check Firepolish. And I think that's about all I am counted for you guys. So let's try this beauty. Oh, isn't this just stunning? Let's see if I could put it on without breaking it. I did make it a bit bigger. Not a lot, but it wasn't that much too small. I just hate trying to do buttons up by myself. going, it's going, it's going. There. There. Look at this. What a stunning piece. I love it. Absolutely love it. And this button didn't make a big huge gap here. You didn't want a big huge gap. You want to see more bracelet than closure. So this worked out really, really well. I would put maybe 21 beads in here because it was a bit of a struggle to get it on, but it is a size 8 and it's absolutely perfect. So guys, I really hope you like this bracelet. It turned out absolutely stunning. I haven't given it a name yet, but by the time I post it, you know me, I will have a stunning name for it. So I'm going to see you guys soon on the next video. Have a great week and talk to you soon. Bye everyone. Okay, before I let you guys go, I just wanted to show you all the samples that I received from Potomac Bead Company, because these are all their new beads. And the reason I'm showing you this is because if you want to order them for my upcoming projects, it might be a good chance to get them all together, and then you're only paying shipping once instead of just buying the round trio beads, the faceted round. Now there's two kinds I see here, two kinds of round trios. But remember, one is a faceted and one is just a round trio bead. So this one here, it looks like a check fire polish. That looks exactly like a check fire polish in a 6mm, but it is called Faceted Round Trio. And they sent me the 3 beautiful colors, the magic blue, the wine pack color, and the crystal capri gold, which I used rainbow capri gold or copper or something. They look similar to that in just a regular fire polish. So remember, these are called Faceted Round Trios. That is this project we did. We worked with these beads, and we worked with their new PC button. Now, this PC button, she sent me 2 colors. So one is just a crystal button, and this is the crystal AB button. Okay, so they come in the 2 colors. They come probably in way more colors than that. It's just what I got in my sample. And they sent me these samples of the 2 new cup buttons. Love these ones right here. And these ones are called Jet AB Full. Aren't they stunning? The color in them are gorgeous. And also this Zinc Iris, which is a really nice matte finish. It's really pretty. But they're kind of like, the colors aren't exactly 100% same. You see they got different tones to them, so that's probably why it's called an iris. And they sent me 2 packages of just the regular round duos. So that's the difference in size of their round duos to their round trio duos, or round trios. So there's their round duos, and there's the round trios. You can see the difference in size. These are bigger. So they sent me 2 colors of those. I'll be working on those as well. And there's 2 packages. I guess this is their new color, Crystal Labrador Full. Looks like a silver bead. Love them. And they also sent me the new Discduo Beads, which have 2 holes in a really pretty bronze color. Jet bronze. It's a really pretty color. So these disc beads have 2 holes as well. So I think I'll be incorporating these with the round duos in these. I got a kind of an idea what I want to do. And they also have their very own check rondelles now, and they gave me 2 tubes of these in a wine, magic wine, and in gold champagne. Really gorgeous. Super, super sparkly. Let me take it out. And these are the check ones. So really gorgeous rondelles. Love them. So I'm just giving you a heads up. If you want to order, make sure you order some of the round trios, along with the faceted round trios, and maybe some new cup buttons. Oh, and also they have their own PC Rivolis. And this, I believe, is a 14mm Rivoli. It looks like a 14mm. So look at this stunning Rivoli. Gorgeous. So this is not a Swarovski. This is their own beads they having made by the Czech Republic, I believe. If I'm wrong, they'll correct me, and I'll let you guys know. But I'm just letting you know, so order yourself some 1 or 2 tubes of the Discduos, the round trios, the faceted round trios, and maybe the new buttons. The new buttons are beautiful. I can't wait to see the other colors. And get yourself some Rounduos, because we're going to be working with these as well. If you guys still have some from last time, perfect. So I just wanted to give you a heads up. If you're ordering, order yourself. I know these are exclusive from Potomac Bead Company. You can't get them anywhere else. These are made strictly for that company, and I will leave you a link to get these beads and these ones and these ones. Anyway, just wanted to give you a quick show of my bead samples, and I'm so excited to get started. Bye. This time it's goodbye.